What's up guys, Atlantis here and welcome to Love Triangle. This is apparently a game about dating Bill Cipher from Gravity Falls. If you don't know this, if you haven't watched Gravity Falls, search it up, watch it, it's great. This is the Triangle, the weird man. So I don't know what this is going to be, but I'm kind of excited to see. This game is rated T for teens and contains mild language and adult themes such as use of alcohol. Oh no, is Bill gonna get drunk and do thing? Player discretion is advised. Player discretion is advised, I'm sorry. It was warm July evening. The sun was just barely up, giving the pine trees around you pinkish glow to them. After a long trip, you guzzle some water and wipe some sweat from your brow. You were in Origin, the place where the infamous Bill Cipher statue was, and for the first time in life you're going to see him in person. As you trot up to the path that lay deep in the pine wood, you notice a small grey hand sticking out from the bushes. Curious, you decide to take a closer look. Oh, it was him. His statue lay there motionless, his body was somewhat cracked and patched with growing moss, his limbs mostly gone all except for the hand that is shook with Ford. And his eyes, probably as big as your head would seem, was all there. You search around the area for a bit, seeing if the treasure chest was taken, or even if it was there at all. After all, you were the first to find him. After you found the treasure and the fake, seemingly meaningless gold coins, you stare at the statue and wonder what to do next. You receive a fake gold coin in your bag. Okay. You end up taking a picture with the statue like any modern person would. Afterwards, you stare at it in a thin, small hand. Before the hunt, the statue started, you remember the rules said specifically do not shake the hand. Still, you can't help but wonder what would happen if you do. Shake the hand? Yeah, I'll do that. You decided to shake the hand. With an instant, the statue changes before your eyes from a dull grey to a shiny yellow gold. Too shiny. In fact, you some sort of shield your eyes from the sun gleam reflecting from it. His form had changed back to the way he was in the show. Bow tie, top hat, his arms, legs, and most importantly his big, somewhat cat-eye-like, was all shown before you. When the transformation was finally done, he floated close to the ground, wide-eyed, and seemed frightened. It hardly seemed like he knew you were there. Oh, ha ha ha, okay. This is probably after the series are done. And if you think the game is weird, I don't even know much of the game, so I'm just gonna go through it. I don't know what's happening. I'm alive, holy heck, I actually survived that punch. Oh, you did. He stared at his hands, shaking from excitement, until you backed away a bit and stepped on a small branch while doing so. He flinched, now coming into realization that he wasn't alone. Huh? He stared through you, shocked and a bit scared. He waved his hand around to see how you react. He noticed your eye follow his hand. So you can see me, huh? He mumbled to himself, his hand somewhat shaky. Guess I'm still in my physical form even after all that mess. The demon blinks a few times, puffs up his chest, straightens his bow tie and speaks. Well, kid, you sure took your sweet time, but I'm glad you found me. Feels like I've been stuck here for ages. He turns around and starts to float away, waving at you with one hand. Anyway, later, sucker. When you both turn and look at your wrist, the faint glow of what looks like a transparent chain binds you to. Oh, wait, a chain? How in the world did that get there? Bill now seemed to once again lose his composure, started to frantically try to free himself from the chain. No. No, 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 no! I spent years stuck in a stupid rock, and now this? As the dream demon panicked, you stood there and wondered what to do. Try to calm him down, laugh at him. Let's laugh at him. I'm gonna save. But I wanna laugh at him. Laugh at him. You thought it was amusing seeing him get one off the bind just to find himself stuck in another, so you couldn't help but chuckle. He stopped trying to free himself from the chains and snapped. What, is this funny to you? You think this is a joke? Huh, you know what this chain means, right? He held up the chain as if it was playing with a bizarre version of show and tell. This means your soul bond. It means I'm stuck with ya for life. Okay. He dropped the chain and had the most sinister look on his face, which seemed pretty difficult to tell since all he had on it was an eye. I can make your life a living nightmare, or I can be your best friend. Your choice. He floated up the next to see and leaned his arm on your shoulder. He still seemed cocky, and the more you were around him, the more you felt unwelcomed. Well, since I'm stuck with you, I might as well get to know you. What's your name anyway? My name is Boop Boop. Same as always. Also, what do you go by? You a guy, gal, non-binary pal? What? I'm a him. So you're a guy, huh? Understandable. So tell me, Boop Boop, what brought you up here in the first place? How did you know I was even here? You stood there quiet for a moment. How do you tell someone you saved them because you know them from a show? As it was, this whole scenario was too surreal to even believe that it was happening. But bizarre it was happening. As you stared off into space, Bill started rummaging through your things and took out your purchased copy of the journal. It's still in good shape and even has his store-bought cover still on it. Oh no, what do we have? Huh? Why do you have a copy of Fordy's old journal? And why does it look new? Because I bought it at a store? I don't know. It's clear that he has no idea where he is or the fact of the existence to you. He's going to learn eventually anyway, but after the event so far, up to mental breakdowns, you're not really sure if you can take more surprising news right now. If you haven't watched Gravity Falls, this is going to make no sense to you, no sense at all. What do you do now? Tell him what's up, listen to him and distract him with a compliment. Let's distract him with a compliment. You told the demon how much a cutie he was, and I've never heard of this Fordy's in this he mentioned. Bill's grips on the book loosens, but expression doesn't change. You just had to, didn't you? Real funny, kid. I let that slide for now, but I know something's up. As he said it, he tossed your book and tugged the chain as if he were a dog on his leash. Anyway, what's the holdup, kiddo? Are we going to stand here and force until the dark, or are we going to get a move on? Okay. As the twilight fades into starry night, you notice that events of your experience right now can be undone. You didn't really expect to be even out here for this long, but given the current events, it's not like there was anything you could do about it. You notice that Bill, the very being you're chained to, looks doubtful on the situation both of you are in. Even if he's psychotic dream demon and you've known him through the show, you realize that you may need to get to know the real him to gain his trust. You start putting up some options. Let's get it moving. Seeing as that no option was useful in the slightest, you ask him to be maybe it would be better if they get out of the woods. Yeah, seems like the whole good plan can come up with. Come on this way. Okay. Oh. As soon as it leads the way to somewhere. At this point the sun had almost set completely, leaving them walking in the dark almost. Plus God, the forest was incredibly thick, it was hard to walk through it all. Okay. Well, hard for you anyway, not for Bill. He on the other hand was completely facing through everything that touched him. Everything of course, except for the chains binding you two. It was strange. Somehow you two were really chained together, and yet there really was no feel to it at all, like it was some sort of hologram. Oh. As it led away, you were both busy distracted when suddenly you slipped over the edge of a gravel below you, right into a now conveniently placed hole. Bill Wirklund is pulled and falls with you. Hey, boop boop, watch out! After the initial shock of falling, the demon flusters as he tried to yank the chain up, but sadly was unsuccessful. Gah, why won't you move? Bill, oh, this is the never-ending hole, isn't it? Bill, frustrated that all he could do was being pulled down by the rectangle, was dragged down into what seemed like an endless hole. Yeah, it's the endless hole from the show. There was a good minute of yelling, mostly in your part, and particularly by Bill's before the initial shock passed, and your throat grew sore. Guess we're gonna be here for a while. You and Bill floated in the darkness, and after a good few minutes you calmed down some. After a bit of adjusting, the fall became easier to get used to. The demon in front of you, of course, floated with ease since he was used to floating already. What? From expression, you could easily tell he was aggravated. You okay? Bill thinks slowly at the question, looking at you foolishly. Yeah, perfectly dandy. I mean, we're stuck together for less than an hour or someone you managed to make us fall into the hole. Which, thanks for that, by the way, I'm so grateful. Damn, bro, you don't have to be so rude. He scoffs as you float there in silence. Technically, what all happened wasn't really your fault, yet you couldn't help but feel he was blaming you for everything. Guess you really should have been more careful. Oh, before either of you could speak another word, a small light illuminated below this small circle with a white growing bigger and bigger as you fell. Within moments, you remember that you were still failing, and there was a strong possibility that there would be a cold, hard ground you'll meet at the end of it. Your instinctive reaction was to close your eyes, hold your head, and scream as you fell for the inevitable. No, we're going back up. Immediately you tugged the chain until you could grab onto him. He was a demon and could probably survive the fall, but it was already better safe than sorry. Plus you're getting pretty terrified and needed to grab onto something. Screams filled the dark hole as you both fell closer and closer to your doom. Let's hope either of you could survive this. The never-ending hole is like, before you hit the ground, you shoot back up. It's like something like that. Oh! Oh. Was that the end? What? I guess it didn't say it was that long, but it was cool. It was okay. I wish there was some more story to it. I don't know why it's called Love Triangle. We didn't seduce him or anything. We didn't date him or anything. It was just like we couldn't have gone anywhere else but in the hole. So we had that would have been the end. But maybe we could have made him fall in love with us. I don't know. But yeah, it was a cool game. Support the developer. So yeah, if you want to see more visual novels, I have a list of them. And thank you guys so much for watching. This was Love Triangle. I don't know what to say. I love Gravity Falls, so it's a cool game. But see if I can find any more Gravity Falls related. I'll play it. So yeah, see you in the next video. Bye bye. Oh, I hate Arsenal. I really hate them.